The woods can be dense for our acts. The sea can be deep for our diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. Just barely, though. I've actually been up since 9 a.m., but I had a podcast. I want to make sure I was ready for it. I'm going to go grab a V8. I'll be right back. Right back. Having one of those all of a sudden hungry moments. So I grabbed me a V8. Happy days, happy Sunday. Let's do just this. I'm just going to tell everybody in my group. There we go. No, because then only one person gets it. Darn it. There's another group. There we go. And I only have to send it once. We're getting close to that 3-minute mark, aren't we? So. I finally gave in and shaved. I've been trying to hide this thing. That's why. I'm just going to go ahead and get an appointment set up and get it removed. I had another one right here. And yeah. The medical term is Uberzit. 52 years old. So we're getting ready to hit that 3-minute mark. Looks like it might be a short one if nobody else can be here. So, all right, let's do it. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion, and I'm an alcoholic. Because I'm so used to say that. And I'm going to be your host today. I guess all I need to do is just put that part that way. And I'll do, oh, look at that. Oh, it's nice and simple. The way I like it. Welcome to Daily Trudge. I'm going to be your host and stuff. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. And of course, please share this video if you feel like it might help somebody else or if you like it and things like that. So, today we're going to be talking about progress versus perfection. Progress. Today, Sunday, it's progress versus perfection. And I kind of pulled a reading from this, but I kind of want to talk about it a little bit myself before we get to the reading. So in the beginning, progress versus perfection is going to be more along the lines of, hey, we're trying to make progress here. We know we're not perfect, but we are trying to make progress. I really don't like... give me a second, sorry. There. I just don't like looking orange. Gotta put a different lighting. I gotta do my lighting. So in the beginning, we talk about progress versus perfection and the fact that, we need to make progress, that we're never going to be perfect. In fact, there's one portion that we read and it says we claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Okay. Now, that works great in the beginning, right? It does. It works very, very well because we're trying to balance ourselves out. But then we're going to get to the sixth and seventh step, and that perfection may start to mean something else. Okay. And what happens is they're two separate words. But unfortunately in the book it does that, and it sticks in our mind just because of the way it's written. It's very easy to stay on that. Okay. Once you get through 6 and 7, it is all about perfection. Okay. In the perfection of God. So we are seeking to be like God. Does that mean we're going to be God? No. You already know all that. Right? But there's benefits that come with that. And it's courage, it's astuteness. And people feel safe around me for good reason. Because I'm a safe person. You tell something to me and it gets locked away, man. Who am I going to talk to about it, right? So progress is to mark how far along we are. Right? That's all progress is. Okay? And if you make a little bit of progress each day, that adds up pretty darn quickly. Pretty darn quick. Okay? July 23rd, I'm going to read out of One Day at a Time. Today, I will try to settle for less than I wish were possible and be willing to not only accept it, but to appreciate it. Okay, now we're getting into expectations. That's where the problem lies with perfection. We don't know what it is. I may never know what it is. Okay? It doesn't really matter. It's the journey to finding that perfection that counts. Okay? Otherwise, why are you becoming a better person each day? Why are you doing that? Just for the fuck of it? No. You're moving towards something bigger and better. Hi, Ingrid. You're moving towards something bigger and better. So I'll just reiterate real quick for you. What I was saying, Ingrid, was that in the beginning, progress and perfection kind of go hand in hand because we need to understand that we aren't saints, okay, and things like that. But when we get further into the program, we start looking for perfection, okay, the perfection of what we think our higher power is, okay, and we try and move towards that. Whether we accomplish it or not is not the point. It's the journey. Okay. So once you get deeper in the steps, progress and perfection become two separate words. Progress is for pages 84 and 85, right? Where we mark up our day and say, how are we doing? Or have we made progress? Have we fallen behind? Did I not do certain things today? Did I make a mistake that I need to take care of immediately? That is progress. Step 11 is perfection. Okay? Not in the perfection of what we think. Okay? Now let's get to this reading. It's going to be talking about expectations. Okay? Since we do not know what it looks like, we therefore cannot have any expectations. That was a long sentence. Okay. Today, I will try to settle for less than I wish were possible and be willing to not only accept it, but to appreciate it. So, what else is perfection that is perfect the way that it is? That's the one that I like. The podcast is a great example of that. It's never perfect. It's not ever going to be perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to be flawed. We're human. Okay? We're human. So what does that mean? That means I don't decide how the podcast turns out. I don't. That is up to God and the speaker. Okay? And I'm there to support it. So you know what it is? If it was done in the eyes of God, it's perfect. Perfection. It just means you did it right. Right? Okay? All right. These are just kind of things that I think of. All right. Today, I'll not expect too much of anyone, especially myself. Got to watch those self-expectations. I'll try to remember that contentment comes from gratefully accepting the good that comes to us and not from being furious at life because it's not better. Do I realize the difference between resignation and realistic acceptance? Yeah, well, yeah. So the difference between resignation and realistic acceptance is resignation. I'm accepting it for what it is. Am I? No. No. Resignation probably means I'm going to walk away from that problem, right? And then a realistic acceptance would be, yes, there were, but see, there's also such things as realistic expectations. Okay? Sure, there are. Okay? You're expected to clean up after yourself. You're expected to bathe, take your meds. Right? There's reasonable expectations out there. But a realistic acceptance would mean that you're taking a look at it for what it is. May I not set my sights unrealistically high, expect too much. I don't know what they're talking about there. Gary, good to see you. May I look backwards long enough to see that my self-set impossible goals were the trappings of my addiction. Too often, I ended up halfway there, confronted by my own failures. Those foiled again, I failed again, feelings because monumental excuses to give in my compulsion, which blanketed my miseries. May I avoid that sick old pattern. May it be realistic. Today I'll remember good is good enough. It's the same concept. Okay? Progress is just a determination of where we are at in the program. Okay? What's some of the progress stuff in the big book? Those will be the promises. The promises determine your progress. Yeah. That's how you know you're ready to move. Because what you do is you read the promises. Okay. And when I have my sponsees read them, I have them read them in a different pronoun of I, me. Okay. They say that, they do that. And then I ask them, do you feel that way? And if the answer is yes, we move on. Progress. Perfection is going to be a couple of different things. Number 1 in 6 and 7 and 11, striving towards God's perfection, or as we say, to your own higher powers. Maybe you can even change the word perfection if you want to likeness. The same thing. It's the same concept. So what I'm saying is perfection is not bad. It's not bad. because that means my higher power is bad. And no. Okay. It's when I start thinking I know better than everybody else. It's when I start thinking that I am perfect. Okay. Okay. No. Am I perfect the way I am? No, I'm not. I've got more work to do. That's okay. But life is exactly the way it needs to be. Right? All right. That's going to be it on this one. I know it's kind of shorter. I apologize. Well, 15 minutes. It's the usual time that I usually do these, but I just got a lot of stuff I got to get done today. So thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. Peace out and have a day.